from Crypto Cam. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. So what I want to do here today is bringing you the latest news on the Tezos ICO. Oops, not calling it an ICO anymore. It's actually a Tezos crowdfunder. We have been in communication with the Tezos Foundation, which is based in Switzerland, and we were able to ask them some questions and get some additional information about that. Now, before we go into that, we need to talk about a couple of things real quick. Number one is the crackdown on the ICOs by the SEC. Now, the SEC stated last Tuesday there's been a halt on Tuesday when the SEC declared that because certain species of ICO tokens were marketed with the promise of profits, they were behaving like securities. And in doing so, the regulator said that they should be subject to, depending on the facts and circumstances, to the rules that govern all securities. Media reports described a new environment in which unregistered offerings could be subject to criminal punishment. These are some cold words for an overheated market. So you can see now that we are, definitely in the wild west of initial coin offerings in cryptocurrency, and they are looking, actually, the SEC is actually looking to crack down on them and regulate them. So they are being very careful, these ICOs now, how they word their offerings. You may not even hear the word initial coin offering being used in the future as things have changed. So as we can see, things are changing very rapidly indeed in the ICO market. Now, on Tuesday, Wall Street's main regulator said that ICOs, initial coin offerings, means of crowdfunding for blockchain technology companies should be subject to the same safeguards required in traditional security sales. ICOs have become a bonanza for digital currency entrepreneurs, allowing them to raise millions quickly by creating and selling digital tokens with no regulatory oversight. Now, is this a good thing? It is a good thing because there is a lot of people out there that are going to be losing millions or have lost many dollars on ICOs that were basically just outright scams because of being no regulation. Just believing what is printed and what is put out there, on the internet, and just saying, hey, this sounds good, looks like I can make a lot of money. That other one went up like 200, 300, 400%. Why don't I just jump on board on this one? And they jump on board, they participate in the ICO, and they've lost all their money. So it's good to have a little regulation, but not too much regulation, in my opinion. So let's get back to Tezos and talk about what is going on with the foundation, the organization. So we did reach out to them. We had a couple of questions. Considering they have been the most successful and largest ICO ever in history, raising almost $250 million. Once again, correct myself, not an ICO. It was a fundraiser. So basically, we did reach out to them and we asked them some very, interesting questions. And we got a response from Ross Kenyon, community manager of the Tezos Foundation, in which he communicated to us the following. So first of all, we asked him how much and what the breakdown will be is as far as the distribution to various founders, employees, and big investors, and is this public information? How much went to the general public that participated in the ICO? And their response was, first, thank you for your kind words. I must inform you one would have been making a contribution, not investing in a fundraiser for a Swiss foundation, not an offering, ICO, etc. The foundation will recommend allocation of tokens in the Genesis block based on contributions. So that's what we got back as a response from them. So as you can see, they're being very careful not to even mention the word ICO or anything towards that nature of it being an investment. Basically, it's just a contribution to a fundraiser, and the foundation as well being based in Switzerland, of course. So they're very careful not to say anything about any investments or about any gains or anything like that. So that was very interesting, I thought. Now, obviously, they didn't answer any questions about how much was distributed to the various large investors like Tim Draper, etc., any of the founders, any of the senior management of the company. So we didn't get any information from them. They pretty much did not want to answer any of those questions at this moment in time. The other question we did ask again was, how soon do they think it will be available and listed on any of the public exchanges? Will there be any delays? And we just got one of their main canned responses, which was, so the 4 months, it's an estimate and delays in software development can occur, but that's the most reasonable estimate we can give at the moment. So that would probably put us sometime in October, I would say, before we should see anything. So they're actually being very closed and not giving out too much information right now. I guess they're seeing how this whole SEC thing plays out, but it looks like they've pretty much got themselves covered as far as the being a crowdfunder and contribution to the crowdfunding fundraiser. The only thing that is I don't know if it's of concern, but with them raising such a vast amount of money, obviously, and it was open to US investors, so US investors could contribute as well, that maybe the SEC might be in contact with them. We don't know about that yet. They may be investigating, so we have no idea. It's all speculation, but anytime you raise almost $250 million and you're open to US investors, you're definitely opening yourself up, to a can of worms, and anything could happen. But for now, I'm not worried about it. It is one of the best, offerings out there, or I should say fundraisers out there. And, obviously when we got into it, we knew that there was going to be a delay and we won't be able to access our money right away. But, soon it will happen. Eventually it will happen, but it seems like everything is going well. Now, I was looking through the paper. Let me just pull that up here a second and we'll take a look at that. All right, now we just scroll down here on their PDF here, which explains all about Tezos, the self-amending cryptographic ledger, and just read their executive summary. I thought it was quite interesting here. It says here, this document provides a comprehensive overview of Tezos, its applications and benefits. The developers involved in the project, the upcoming Tezos fundraiser, sometimes loosely called ICO or crowd sale, the Tezos Foundation, and the goals of the foundation hopes to achieve. So they are using some wording there, loosely called an ICO or crowd sale. So they haven't removed any of these words, but they obviously clearly stated in that letter to me that it is not an ICO, it was a contribution to a fundraiser. So, but anyway, thought that was pretty interesting that they had that wording on there. So, but anyway, there's a lot of information here, but nobody's really saying much at the moment about it. But anyway, we can only wait and see how our tokens perform once the crowd sale hits the market and it gets listed on some exchanges, and we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to make this quick update for you all, and that way you know what's going on from my contact with the Tezos Foundation. And if you did like this video, please hit a thumbs up for me, and definitely please subscribe. I'm still new and looking to actually put out more videos and help support me, and I will definitely keep you informed of any new videos that I have coming out. So if you hit that subscribe button, you will be the first ones to find out about my new videos as well coming out. All right, well, thanks very much, and you'll have a wonderful day. Bye for now.